So, what's going on, you guys? What's going on, my wildlife family? This is your boy Dev here. I get people that ask me all the time about getting retics, and rather not if I would breed retics for, population, people, things like that. A lot of people don't understand what they can get themselves into when it comes to buying a reticulated python, especially when it comes to buying a mainland python. Now, you do have your mainlands, you got your super dwarfs, and you got your dwarfs. Retics out there. So if you do decide to get a retic, if you're not looking for something that's going to get too big, I would suggest getting either a dwarf or a super dwarf. This male right here is just a few days old, roughly a week old, and he's about 18 inches or so long. And you see how cute he is, tiny, small little baby, beautiful coloration. You see him at a reptile show, heart might drop, eyes might glow for something that's like that, and you might have a vendor that may tell you it's a super dwarf or it's a dwarf, but that's not always the case, because sometimes they can lie just so that way to get you to buy that snake. It sucks, and it's unfortunate for those buyers that you have people that will say this, but it's the harsh reality and it's the truth. Again, this baby is only a week old, and it's probably, like I said, probably 18 inches long. Then we got this girl right here, who is just over a year and is already over 5 feet long. They come with an attitude. A lot of them can come with attitude. I ain't gonna say they come with one, but a lot of them can come with attitude. Like this one here is very, very nippy. Both of them are. Like, again, this one's a week old, this one's a year. So just to show you what you can be dealing with within a year. Now, I have seen snakes, reticulated pythons, that are bigger than this in a year, especially when it comes to mainlands. They can get up to, like, you can have one get 10 to 12 feet within its first year, depending on how you're feeding it. Now, if you got a super dwarf, I have a buddy of mine, Curtis, who has some super dwarfs that are 3 years old and nowhere near this size. So just to put that into perspective. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put these two snakes away, and we're gonna pull out one that is roughly 10 years old, for you guys to be able to take a look at her and really get you guys to understand what you can possibly get yourself into if you don't take the precautions and ask the vendors. Chase, come in a little bit. Come over here. And ask the vendors, all the questions on what you can possibly be getting. Get the info. If they didn't produce that snake, get the info on the person who did produce it, so that way you can find out, rather not if it is a dwarf, super dwarf, or a mainland. Alright, we're going to put these two away, and then we're going to show you a monster real quick. Alright, y'all. So this snake right here, get everything under control real quick. They about to fall over. Now this snake here
on the grass. As long as she's on the grass, she's fine.
Is 10 years old and is it's almost 20 feet long. So this is a mainland. So this is what you can possibly be dealing with if you don't ask all of the right questions when you go to a reptile expo and talk to a vendor before, about getting a retic, and ask all of the questions that you need to ask. This is something that you can be dealing with. Now this snake is pushing damn near 200 pounds. She can calm down a bit, but she's pushing almost 200 pounds. Like I said, roughly 20 feet long. She's about 18 foot something. But again, if this is not something that you're willing to want to actually work with, and this is a lot of snake to be trying to deal with, then I suggest grabbing a dwarf or a super dwarf. That's it. This is a lot of snake to be trying to work with. And then it comes to feeding and housing. A snake this big is something. She has damn near a half a room to herself with a huge pond inside of it, and a But yeah, like I said, I have a room that almost a half room to herself with a pond in it for her to be able to soak inside of, and she's eating rabbits and pigs that is 10 pounds or bigger. But that is a lot of snake that a lot of people can't just handle on their own. This is why we got 2 people doing this. So again, just think about, this is some things you should think about before getting a retic, instead of just, impulse buying one at a show. All right, this is the Wildlife Family, and we're out.